Hey everyone, welcome to Beyond the Gates. I'm Alessio, and I'm so excited to have you here. If you love Beyond the Gates, then you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Alright, let's dive right in. You ever have one of those weeks where everything just falls apart? That's exactly what happened to me. Joey pulled me aside with this grave warning. He said something dangerous was coming, and that if I didn't take it seriously, I'd lose someone I cared about. That same night, my best friend Vanessa called me from Puerto Rico in tears. She'd cut her trip short with Joey Armstrong, and when she showed up at my door, broken and terrified, I knew something was horribly wrong. But what I didn't know then was that Joey was right. This wasn't just drama. It was life-changing, and it was dangerous. And once the secrets started unraveling at Fairmont Crest, none of us were ready for the truth. You ever have one of those weeks where it feels like everything you thought you knew about your life, your friends, your family, it just unravels? That's how it's been for me lately. And the thing is, I didn't see it coming. None of us did. It all started when Joey pulled me aside with that look on his face, the kind of look that doesn't leave any room for jokes or small talk. Joey's always been the kind of guy who carries himself with a little too much confidence, almost like the world owes him something. But that night, when he leaned against the wall outside the Crest lobby, his shoulders slumped, his eyes shadowed, I knew this wasn't just another one of his late-night pep talks. "Nicole," he said, voice low, almost shaking, "you need to listen to me. What's coming, it's not just drama, it's dangerous. And if you don't take it seriously, you're gonna lose someone you care about." Now, Joey's said a lot of things before. Half of them wild, half of them reckless, and most of them easy to brush off. But there was something in the way his words caught in his throat, like he was trying not to choke on them, that made me freeze. I didn't even ask him what he meant. I just stood there, watching him run his hand through his hair, pacing like a man who already knew he'd lost a fight before it even began. Later that night, my phone lit up with a message from Vanessa. Just her name on the screen made my chest ache. She'd been gone, off in Puerto Rico with Joey Armstrong, living it up, or at least that's what her posts made it look like. Palm trees, cocktails, beaches, smiles, so wide you'd almost think the storm clouds never touched her. But I knew better. I always know with Vanessa. Behind the filters and the captions, there's always a crack. Her text was short. "Nick, I need you." I don't know why, but I swear my hands started shaking before I even opened it. Something told me this wasn't just about a fight with Joey or some sunburn that ruined her vacation. No, this was bigger. And when I called her, the sound of her voice confirmed everything I'd feared. She was crying, the kind of crying where the words come out in bursts, broken and breathless. I pressed my phone tighter against my ear, whispering, "It's okay, Ness. Just tell me. What happened?" There was silence for a moment, just the sound of her trying to steady herself, and then she said, "It's over, Nikki. Everything's over. We had to come back early. I can't stay there. I can't stay with him." I thought this trip would fix things, but instead it broke me. I sank into my couch, holding onto the cushion like it was the only thing keeping me upright. My heart ached hearing her like that. Vanessa's always been the strong one, the one who laughs off heartbreak, who shrugs when life throws her something cruel.
But now?
She sounded like a little girl lost in a storm. "Come here," I told her. "Come home. I'll be here. We'll figure this out together." And when she finally showed up at my door, suitcase dragging behind her, eyes swollen and red, I didn't even let her speak. I just pulled her into my arms, holding her so tight I thought maybe I could squeeze all the pain right out of her. That same day, the Crest was buzzing with another storm, Jan and Mona whispering in the lounge about Leslie Thomas. I caught just enough of their conversation to know where it was headed. "Can you believe it?" Jan said, her voice sharp as glass. "Out of all people, Leslie walks away with that kind of money?" Mona shook her head, disbelief written all over her face. "She doesn't deserve it. Not after everything she pulled with Ted and the Duprees. She used us. January, remember? She played us like fools." I kept my distance, pretending to scroll through my phone, but I was listening. Everyone was. The idea of Leslie suddenly becoming filthy rich was a twist nobody saw coming. And yet, there she was, flaunting her new fortune like it was her birthright. For a second, I wondered if Jan and Mona would swallow their pride and crawl back to her. Money has a way of rewriting old wounds. I hoped they wouldn't. I hoped they remembered the sting of betrayal, the way Leslie looked at them like pawns in her bigger game. But the truth is, people will do anything when there's enough cash on the table. And then there was Eva, Leslie's daughter, caught in the middle of it all. I saw her in the cafe earlier, sitting alone, eyes darting between her phone and the door, like she was waiting for the other shoe to drop. Leslie had apparently dropped some grand gift on her, something shiny and expensive, but Eva didn't look thrilled. She looked trapped. Like even good fortune felt like chains around her wrists. It made me think about how money can twist everything. Friendships, families, trust. It all becomes negotiable when someone's pockets suddenly get heavy. But while all that noise was swirling in the Crest, my focus stayed on Vanessa. I sat with her on my couch, handed her tissues, and let her talk. She told me about the fights, about the lies, about the way Joey Armstrong made her feel like she was both everything and nothing all at once. I thought he loved me, she whispered, staring at the floor. But maybe he just loved the idea of me. The fun me, the wild me. Not the real me. The real me, that's too much for him. I squeezed her hand.
No, Ness.
The real you is everything. He's the one who couldn't handle it. She looked at me then, eyes shining with tears, and for a moment, I saw the girl I'd grown up with. The one who used to climb rooftops with me, who laughed until we cried, who swore we'd always have each other's backs no matter what. And in that moment, I knew this was one of those times when I had to hold her up, even if it meant carrying some of her pain on my shoulders too. That night, after Vanessa fell asleep on my couch, curled up in the blanket she always claimed was hers whenever she stayed over, I just sat there staring at the ceiling. Joey's words wouldn't leave me alone.
Danger. He didn't say drama.
He didn't say trouble. He said danger. And when Joey Armstrong of all people calls something dangerous, you know it's not a bluff. I picked up my phone, thumb hovering over his name, debating whether to call him. But I didn't. Something inside me said I didn't want to hear his voice, not tonight, not while Vanessa was in the next room with her heart in pieces. So instead, I poured myself a glass of wine, sat at the kitchen table, and tried to piece together the puzzle in my head. Doug came to mind almost immediately. Loudmouthed Doug, always pushing buttons, always testing boundaries. I'd heard whispers about him running his mouth at the tables, getting into the kind of mess that you don't just walk away from. Vanessa had hinted at it once or twice before, about how Doug and Joey were playing a dangerous game. I never asked too many questions, maybe because I didn't want to know the answers. But if Joey's warning was connected to that, then maybe we were all in deeper than I realized. The next morning, Vanessa woke up with swollen eyes and a voice that cracked when she asked if I had coffee. I made her a cup, the way she likes it, 3 sugars, splash of cream, and sat with her at the table in silence until she was ready to talk. Do you ever feel like you've been living in a dream, and then suddenly someone rips the curtain down and you see the mess behind it? She asked quietly. All the time, I admitted. Why? Because that's what Puerto Rico was. For a minute, I thought I could lose myself there. That maybe Joey and I could patch things up, that the ocean and the sunsets and all the pretending could make the rest of it go away. But it didn't. It made it worse. It showed me just how broken it really was. I reached across the table and touched her hand. She looked so fragile, so unlike the Vanessa the world knew. You don't have to go through this alone, I told her. I'm here. I always will be. She nodded, tears slipping down her cheeks again. And that's when she said something that chilled me. Nicole, there's more. Something happened out there. Something I can't say out loud yet. But I think it's going to follow me back here. And I'm scared. Her voice broke on the last word, and my heart clenched. I wanted to push her, to demand she tell me, but I didn't. I knew Vanessa well enough to know that when she was ready, she'd open up. For now, all I could do was be her anchor. Meanwhile, The Crest was still alive with whispers about Leslie Thomas. Jan and Mona hadn't stopped talking. I overheard them again in the hallway later that day, their voices hushed but full of sharp edges. "She's already buying people off," Mona said, clutching her tote bag like it might shield her from the storm. I saw her hand Eva keys to a brand new car like it was nothing. Can you imagine? Eva didn't even smile. Jan scoffed. Because she knows it's blood money. Leslie's fortune didn't just come from luck. It came from hurting people. And Eva's too smart not to know it. I wanted to roll my eyes and walk away, but something in Mona's voice made me pause. The way she said blood money. It made me wonder just how deep Leslie's schemes really ran. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized Eva was the one I felt sorry for. Caught between a mother who wielded money like a weapon and a community that would never stop reminding her where it came from. Later that week, I ran into Eva at the cafe. She was sitting at the corner table, earbuds in, staring out the window like she was a million miles away. I hesitated before approaching, but when she saw me, she gave a small, almost embarrassed smile. "Hey," I said, sliding into the seat across from her. "How's it going?" She sighed, pulling out her earbuds. "Depends on who's asking. To everyone else, I'm supposed to be thrilled. My mom's loaded, my future secure. I should be living it up. But honestly, I feel sick. Like everything around me is tainted now." I nodded slowly. It's okay to feel that way, you know. Money doesn't erase the past. It doesn't buy peace of mind. Eva looked at me with wide, searching eyes. You get it. Most people don't. They just look at me like I should be grateful. But I didn't ask for any of this. For a second, I thought about telling her what Joey had said about the warning, about Vanessa's cryptic confession. But I didn't. She had enough to carry. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling that all these threads, Joey, Vanessa, Doug, Leslie, Eva, they were all tangled together somehow, leading us towards something none of us could see yet. That night, Joey finally called me. I let it ring 3 times before answering, my chest tight with both anger and fear. "You got her back, didn't you?" he asked without preamble. "Yeah," I said flatly. "She's safe. With me." He let out a long exhale.
Good.
"Keep her there. Don't let her out of your sight. Not right now." "Joey, what the hell is going on?" I snapped. "You drop warnings like bombs and then disappear? If there's something I need to know, you better start talking." There was a pause on the other end, heavy and suffocating. Then his voice came through, low and grim. "Doug screwed up. Worse than I thought he could. And now, the people he messed with aren't just going after him. They're going after anyone close enough to touch."